in seventh period. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear, man. You ready for notes?
Yeah!
All right. Let's do this. Seventh period. There you are. Today is the 14th of October, 2014. It's a Tuesday. And today's title is going to be Angle Algebra. So we've had a couple of videos that you guys have watched. We've made some comments during lecture and class. And we have discussed some of the things with angles, but I want to take a few moments to remind you of three really big important ones and run you through an example. Excuse me. Run you through an example of how this could be used, say, on that CBA that's coming up in about 2 weeks. So I'd like to start with the word complementary. So these are in reference to angles, and we have complementary angles are angles whose measures add to 90 degrees. Okay? They add up to 90 degrees. Just this top section, this bottom's going to change. Okay. The next word to go over is supplementary. And supplementary angles are angles whose measures add to 180 degrees. So there really isn't a difference between these two other than the measure that they add up to. Okay? And other than that, there's no difference. The last one is a reminder. Please remember that when you see the word linear pair, that linear pairs are always supplementary. Always. Okay, give me a thumbs up when you're done copying those. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, here's the example. So somewhere on the CBA or somewhere in one of the pages of your notebook, of your, your blue book, you're going to see angle ABC and angle DEF are complementary. And then it's going to say the measure of angle ABC is x minus 15, and the measure of angle DEF is x plus 5. And then they're going to go find the measure of angle ABC and the measure of angle DEF. And that's all it says. And they didn't give you any pictures. And if you're like me, you need the pictures, otherwise you're sitting there going, what? Is that you? What? Yeah, that's you? Okay. It's just like me. If there's no pictures, I'm lost. So you know what? Let's draw the pictures. And I'm going to go to my pencil, and I'm sorry that if it's a little pale. I'm going to draw an angle ABC. There's an angle ABC. B, C. Remember that when they've named angles, that letter in the middle is always the vertex. Okay? The order of the rest of them doesn't matter, but that middle one had better be the vertex. And then I have some other angles sitting off over here. That's angle D, E, F. And then it tells me that the measure of this angle is x minus 15, and the measure of this angle is x plus 5. And that's all we know. Oh, wait, but we also know these things are complementary. What does that mean? Look at the top of your paper.
Measure 90 degrees.
They measure 90 degrees? Read it exactly, word for word.
Angles whose measures add to 90.
Add to 90 degrees. They aren't 90 themselves. I'll wait. The angles themselves aren't 90 degrees, but when you add their measures, you get 90. So we're going to start off the solution to this with a statements and a reason. Because we are in geometry now as opposed to algebra, we need to do things as statements, reasons. The first statement that we need to make is that these angles are complementary. Oh, and they're cute too?
They're cute.
They are very cute, aren't they? Thank you. I drew them very, very cutely, didn't I? And I can, that was really lame. And I can say, I can say that these two angles are complementary because it was given to me. And I don't need to think very hard about it. But you also said that their measures add up to 90. So then my next line is this, and it's because of the definition of complementary angles. Okay. Now from here on out, I'm going to stop writing the reasons. But when the next time I call for a binder check and I flip through your notes, I need to see the reasons all written down. I won't write them, but you will have to. We'll talk about them so that you can write them down. You know what to write. All right. I now have angle measures. Do I know what the angle measure of ABC is? I don't know the number, but I know the expression, don't I? So I can substitute in that expression, can't I? Am I allowed to?
Yes.
Sure, so let's do it. So by substitution, my algebra sentence turns into that. Make sure you put your reason, which was substitution. All right? I see things to add, don't you? What do you see to add? The numbers, yeah, this negative 15 and this 5. I totally see those to add. So I'm going to. So I'm going to have x plus x, and I'm going to have minus 10, because negative 15 plus 5 is minus 10. Make sure to put the reason why you did that. It kind of looks like subtraction, yeah. You can count it as it's subtraction or addition. It works either way. Focus. Focus. What else do you see that we could do here on this line?
Yes, 90.
Why 90? So the question was, why does it equal 90?
Because it's complementary.
How do you know that?
Because they're complementary.
Okay.
And how do we know they're complementary? Which is a great question to ask. Is because it was given to me. On this line, what else do I see that I can do? Do I see any other things that I can add? What about combine? Do I have any like terms? Look at the x's. Aren't they the same? So I have some like terms to combine. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with me, please.
See what it is.
Gentlemen, thank you. That's me, sorry. Let me decline. No, it was a phone call, but I declined it. Y'all are more important to me than a phone call. So I have an X and an X that I'm adding together. How many X's do I have total? 2. So 2X minus 10 equals 90. Now what? Now what?
We're gonna subtract, no, add,
I'm going to add?
I think.
I'm going to add what?
10.
Why am I adding 10? Why shouldn't I divide by 2?
Because you're not done. You haven't isolated X.
Because the X term isn't by itself.
You're not done.
Yeah, very nicely said. Because when you're doing this whole solving thing, it's the opposite of your order of operations. Your order of operations says you have to do multiplication and division first before you do addition subtraction. In solving, you have to do it the opposite way.
50.
How'd you get that?
You divide it by 2.
Oh, so we divided both sides by 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like 10 divided by 2.
Beautiful. So make sure that you've got your reasons filled out. This is going to be one of those that when I do a binder check, I'm going to check to see that all your reasons are there, even though I didn't give them all to you written down. Did I answer the question? What was the original question? I'm going to zoom up to the top. What was the original question? You're not sure? Okay, let's go back to the problem. Said the two angles are complementary. Gave me the measure of both of the angles. And then it told me to find their measures. Have I? What's this value down here? 50, but it's just X. This doesn't tell me anything about the angle measures. I want to know the angle measures. I just know what the value of X is. How would I find the measure of the angles from here? How would I find the measure of angle ABC? Well,
Subtract 50.
I subtract.
Well, because aren't you substituting x right there? Because x equals 50.
Yes. Right here, we're going to take the expression. We're going to take this expression for the angle measure, and we're going to substitute in that x. And when we do, it should spit out our final answer for the measure of angle ABC. So 50 minus 15 is 35. Thank you for using the calculator. We're going to do the same thing for the measure of angle DEF. Do that right now. Tell me what you get.
55.
55? Let's see.
Bless you.
Hey, yo no soy.
Can you see what you might do if instead of saying they are supplementary, I said they are, or instead of saying they are complementary, I said they are supplementary? What would change?
The measurements would add.
The measurement that it equals when you add them?
Oh, yeah.
And what would you get? If I said these angles were supplementary, what would they have to add up to?
180.
What do you think? If they're supplementary, what would they have to add up to?
180? 180?
Take a look at the very top of your paper and find supplementary. It says they add up to 180. There you go. We got it. Wanted everyone on the same page, which is why I was waiting for the 180. What if I said They're a linear pair. What changes then?
We're always supplementary.
They're always supplementary, which means they add 2.
180.
180.
You guys got it. Nicely done. We're done.
We're done with this?
Yeah, we're done.
Rompu.